Thank you, one and all, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and I have to tell you that I'll be the first to say this is a great job, and I love doing it. I get to come out here every night and feel at you about the news. Of course, the news being what it is, sometimes I don't feel so great. But tonight, I feel good. Because, thank you. Was he here? Was James Brown just here? Because on Thursday evening, Donald Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts in his hush money case. Yeah. There you go. Yes, I agree. This is truly an historic moment as Donald Trump becomes the first U.S. president convicted of a crime. Although, once they almost nailed Martin Van Buren for hot-wiring a horse. Let's go back. Come back with me now, ladies and gentlemen, to that fateful moment, Thursday. It was late afternoon, and everyone assumed they'd be adjourning for the day. It was almost 4:30. Trump was feeling loose, believing a longer deliberation meant good news for him. Then suddenly, the foreman sent the judge a note that they had come to a verdict, and in an instant, the smiling stopped. A smattering of gasps could be heard. Then a heavy silence filled the room. And because it's Trump, it was silence, but deadly. After 11 hours of deliberation, the jury announced their verdict, and now the judge has scheduled Trump's sentencing for July 11th. Now that's going to be a really busy time for convicted felon Donald Trump because the 11th is just 4 days before the Republican National Convention, and reportedly, top Republicans are preparing for the possibility that Trump could be in prison when he accepts the nomination. That's right. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. That's right. It's going to be the RNC live from Cell Block B with a keynote speech from his warden, his cellmate Spider, that one guard who smuggles in cell phones up his butt, and for the cocktail hour, enjoy complimentary toilet wine. Now, the problem is, July 11th is a whole 38 days away. That is so long. So I guess I'll just have to pass the time with my countdown to sentencing advent calendar. There you go. Good all 38 days here. Judge Merchan like that. Okay, today is day one. I'll open that up. There you go. Don't go too far. Daddy's drink burns. The day after convicted felon Donald Trump was convicted of his felonies, he staged his own mini meltdown in the lobby of Trump Tower.
This is a case where if they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone.
It's true. No, it is true. Just think about that. If it could happen to him, it could happen to anyone who commits crimes, no matter who they are. Do you realize it doesn't matter who you are? Just because there's ample evidence and a jury believes that anyone could now be found guilty. Do we really want to live in an America where the law is applied equally regardless of how rich you are? Because if that happens, ladies and gentlemen, no, you think about this. Shut up, listen. We may not be facing a situation where if you can't do the time, and I can't believe I'm saying this, don't do the crime. Don't do it. Massively convicted felon Trump also complained about the judge who oversaw the trial where he was convicted.
You saw what happened to some of the witnesses that were on our side. They were literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel, but he's really a devil. He looks so nice and soft.
Nice? Nice and soft? Does he think of the judge or the Pillsbury Doughboy? He looks like a delicious angel, but his cans are full of lies. He says, no, folks, he says this is 8 cinnamon rolls, but there's only enough icing for 3 of them. It's the work of Satan. Now, the people at Cinnabon, they're absolute saints. The ex-president and current felon also gave this bonkers reason for not taking the stand.
Now, I would have testified. I wanted to testify. But the judge allowed them to go into everything that I was ever involved in. In other words, you could go into every single thing that I ever did. Was he a bad boy here? Was he a bad boy there?
Here a bad, there a bad, everywhere a sad bad. Bad boy Donald, chicken palm. Give me chicken. Give me chicken palm. Too high. Convicted felon Trump also did an interview over on the Fox News where he told an insane lie about his 2016 campaign.
You famously said regarding Hillary Clinton, lock her up.
Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up, but the people would all say lock her up, lock her up.
The people said lock her up? That was your whole campaign? Stop it. We remember. We were there. It's like if Arby said, we never said we have the meats. The people said we have the meats. Also, if you didn't say it, then who's this dingus?
They should lock her up.
Lock her up is right. Lock up Hillary.
Folks, I was talking about Hillary Swank, okay? No baby is worth $1 million. Trump was also asked about this upcoming sentencing.
The judge could decide to say, hey, house arrest or even jail.
It
How
could.
do you face what that could be?
I'm okay with it. I don't know that the public would stand it, you know. I'm not sure the public would stand for it. I think it would be tough for the public to take.
Oh. It would be tough for the public? Actually, I happen to have a large number of the public here. Hey, public, what do you all think of Trump going to jail? Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I didn't say lock him up. The people said lock him up. These folks in here are not alone because according to a new poll, 50% of voters believe Trump is guilty, 30% say he's innocent, and 19% are not sure because they're too busy eating delicious paint chips. In another poll, 51% Trump should end his presidential campaign. And that's interesting. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we have a preview of what that might look like.
Bye-bye.
Oh, also worth noting, according to the ABC Ipsos Little Debbie's Swiss roll poll, 51% of voters think Trump intentionally did something illegal, while 12% think Trump did something wrong, but not intentionally. It was a total accident, folks. My penis slipped and fell down a flight of porn stars. So, boppity 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 bop. Like a little slinky when porn, 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 porn. That's the sound it meant. It went porn, 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 porn. So what's next? Well, for Donald Trump, a lot of bad things. First, before he's sentenced, the convict-in-chief has to report to the New York City Department of Probation for an interview about his background, his mental health, and the circumstances of his case. We already know how that's going to go. Good news, everybody. I took the mental health test, and it came back negative. They'd never seen so little. Once he's sentenced, Trump could go to jail for up to 4 years. Now, if Judge Merchan chooses not to send Trump to jail, he could sentence him to community service like removing graffiti. That's great because there's a huge graffiti problem here in New York City. I mean, someone has written a filthy word on a whole lot of buildings. Gotta remove those. Wow. That's gotta come off. I mean, kids could see that. Little children could see that. Trump could also choose to do private community service at a nonprofit of his choosing. Oh, I specialize in nonprofit. Trump Casino, Trump Steaks, Trump University. I promise you, none of them made a profit. Now, despite their candidate, kind of one day back, where's the act? Where's the impression? Despite their candidate being a convicted felon, the MAGA faithful remain faithfully MAGA. Outside of the courthouse last week, we heard the wishful thinking that Trump would successfully appeal the conviction predicted by a man with a white beard who gave his information only as Hungry Santa. Hungry Santa is, of course, a MAGA-specific St. Nick, whose sleigh is also guided by a red-nosed Rudolph. Trump is not the only old nutsack in the news. There's also former Fox chairman and guy sculpted from 100% elbow skin, Rupert Murdoch. At the ripe age of 93, Rupie has found love again, because over the weekend he married his fifth wife, Elena Zukova. It was the world's first open casket wedding. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Alicia Keys and Stephen Merchant. When we come back, I have an exclusive interview with one of the Trump jurors. Stick around.